This week on New Zealand on a Plate, off the beaten track, we're in Waikato, the rolling green region to the south of Auckland. Former New Zealand MasterChef winner Brett McGregor will be the guest of acclaimed local chef Toby Elliotson from Hamilton's popular Smith & Mackenzie Chop House restaurant.
Toby, is it?
Good morning, Brett. How's it going?
Yeah, really well, thanks, mate. And yourself?
Yeah, fantastic. Welcome to the Waikato.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to be up here, to be honest with you, mate. I've heard a lot about your food, so what have you got in store for me today?
We've got a great day lined up. We're going to go out and meet some local people, and we're going to try some of that great food.
Awesome, man, awesome. Well,
fantastic. Let's get on the road.
All right.
Together, Brett and Toby will find out where some of the best tea in the world comes from.
All the tea we sell is as fresh as the day that it was packed because we vacuum pack.
They'll help harvest kumara grow in the traditional Māori way.
As you see here, it's from the root of a putukawa tree.
Toby will go to the market.
What have we got good today?
Your choice, mate.
And together, they'll turn fine ingredients into marvellous meals.
Here we go, Robert.
Oh, mate, look at that, eh?
The Waikato is one of New Zealand's most productive farming regions thanks to its fertile soils and benign climate. Brett and Toby are taking a look round the hinterland in a high-spec, luxurious Maui camper van.
So where are you taking me to first, Toby?
We're off to a place called Geelong, where they grow some of the best tea in the world right here in the Waikato.
Oh, I didn't even know we grew tea in New Zealand, mate.
It's the only place in New Zealand to grow fresh tea.
Beautiful, man. I love a good cuppa.
The Chen family grow oolong tea at Gordonton, 15 minutes north of Hamilton. They believe their tea is the purest in the world, free of chemical sprays, fertilisers and additives.
So, Vincent, I can see that you've done a lot of planting here.
Yeah.
You raised a family here yet?
Oh yes, I got a little family here, my wife and little 3 children. And very interesting thing is that for myself, I find out that my Geelong tea plants here, as soon as their roots is grow through the New Zealand soil,
Yeah.
I find out my own root and my famous root is 100%, in New Zealand here, can't move anywhere.
Oh, man. Well, we're glad you're here because look at what you're creating, mate. It's absolutely outstanding.
The thing about Geelong tea is that you don't just use the leaves once. We call it reinfusing. And you reinfuse 5, 6, 7 times. So in other words, 1 set of leaves in the cup is good for 6 or 7 cups of tea.
It smells great, Jeff.
Thank you. We're very proud of the fragrance, and we think one of the reasons that it has such a good fragrance is that it is packed fresh. We talk to people around the world about our tea and they say, oh, it's so fresh, it's just got this beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And what it is it hasn't gone stale.
Okay,
So,
because the taste is really clean and clear. There is no doubt about it.
that's the feedback we've been getting all around the world, so
Okay,
yeah, it's cool.
delicious.
The city of Hamilton is blessed with beautiful public gardens that spread over 58 hectares and feature different themed areas. The gardens aren't the traditional botanic sort, but aim to promote an appreciation of gardening. The most recent addition is Te Parapara, New Zealand's first traditional Māori garden.
So what's the actual significance of where we are now?
Well, this is the pre-European Maori garden, and a lot of research has been done trying to get it authentic as possible. The original kumara beds were very accurate like that, really laid out in beautiful straight lines like these.
Wiremu Puke is harvesting kumara for Toby and Brett the old way.
Here is an example of a ketu, and another type of tool that was used for harvesting kumara and for weeding is called a timo. As you see here, it's from the root of a putukawa tree.
Yeah.
We needed to have a garden that depicted the traditions of the people who've lived here. And you had other gardens from other nationalities, other cultures, but nothing to highlight the fact that Māori were cultivating Aotearoa for well over 1,000 years. It also allows us to have the ability to ensure that our traditions are going to be revived and preserved, and for the benefit of not only the Waikato region but nationally.
First up today, Brett, we've got a beautiful smoked kumara salad. We've got some beautiful kumara from the gardens here.
It's pretty special stuff too, because you can't get it everywhere.
Wiramu's just harvested it for us, so let's have a go with the smoked kumara salad.
All right, mate, what can I do to get us started?
Okay, first I'm going to get the kumara onto smoke. Okay, this is going to take about 5 minutes.
Rightio.
So what I've got here is some manuka wood chips.
I see that's, oh, you soak that in a bit of water?
Just a little bit of water so it doesn't go poof, all gone. So I've par-cooked my kumara here. I'm going to sit that on top of my little raft there I've made out of tin foil to smoke it, to sort of recreate that hangi flavour. A lot of people don't realise that hangi is a relatively modern term. The traditional term is umu.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
didn't
what we're
know
going to recreate today. So I've covered my smoke box here now with tin foil and it's on the heat. That's going to come to the smoke and I'm only going to smoke that kumara for about 5 minutes. What I need from you, Brett, is some sliced spring onions for the dressing.
Pretty sure I can handle that.
Perfect. Okay, we've got some smoke happening here. That's fantastic. Brett, we need some orange segments for my salad.
No worries, buddy. Do you want me to keep the juice?
Yes, please. The orange juice will go in the dressing. Let's see how that kumara's getting along now on this umu. How's that smelling?
Oh yeah, that's delicious, mate.
So that's our smoked kumara done. Next step, Brett, we've got to cut that chorizo up.
Okay, mate. I can see you connecting a couple of flavours here. You know, the smokiness from the chorizo with the kumara.
Yeah, there's a little bit of spice there too, which is going to go nice with the smoked kumara. A little olive oil.
Nice and hot.
Chorizo in. Next, I need my smoked kumara chopped up a little bit, please. Maybe just in quarters or halves,
Okay,
those
mate.
pieces. We're going to add it into the pan with the chorizo. A lovely smoky flavour with a little bit of spice from the chorizo. A little bit of seasoning.
Smells delicious, mate.
Okay, now we're going to make the dressing. I'm going to need 1 tablespoon of mayonnaise. 1 tablespoon of the tartua sour cream, please.
Rightio.
Now a tablespoon of the fresh orange juice, Brett. If you could mix that up for me, please.
And that really gives that a lift, eh? Could you use lemon juice in there?
Yeah, you could do.
I've got to admit, orange and kumara is a really good mix anyway, isn't it? Okay, a little bit of seasoning in there.
A little bit of seasoning, chef. Beautiful. All right, let's put this dish together. Here we go, Wiramu.
It's elegantly beautiful, mate. Did you get it?
Beautiful.
The kumara is delicious.
That's your first taste of the Waikato, Brett.
Well, I'll honestly say, mate, if that's the start, I can't wait for the rest of the trip. Absolutely delicious.
On Saturday mornings in Hamilton, you can find a fair percentage of the population at the farmers market. Brett couldn't make it this morning, but Toby's here to pick up some of the freshest locally grown produce around.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
These two all right?
They look great. Good flavour?
Fantastic. This is an old American variety called Heritage and it's second to none.
Fantastic.
$2 change. Great.
Love your work.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Wow, some good looking grapes. The Hamilton Farmers Market's great because you can come along here, meet some great local producers, really friendly environment, and all the stuff here is grown by the people with a little bit of love. That's on. How's it going, all right?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Yourself?
Yeah, fantastic.
Sweet.
What have we got good today?
Wow. Your choice, mate.
What's good for the lamb?
Rump lamb. I hide it. Wait for people to ask. Have a look at that puppy.
Oh, mate, that looks fantastic. I think I'll be able to do something great with that.
You reckon?
Beautiful.
You enjoy it.
Good to see you, Tom.
And take it easy, eh?
Cheers.
Have a good day.
Hey, Brett.
Oh, hey, bro. How are you, mate? You right?
Missed out on a fantastic market this morning, but let's go. I've got something amazing for you
Sweet
today.
as, man. I can't wait, eh?
Stocked up with fresh ingredients, Toby has reunited with Brett and they're heading out of town again, this time to Waitomo, to venture into a subterranean wonderland with their guide, Robert Tahi.
Water would have gouged this out. There would have been, a fracture in the rock where continuous dropping water would have just eventually carved it all out. Wherever you get limestone, you're going to get caves because of its ability to get eroded away, washed away. The rock in this area is something like 30 million years old.
The Waitomo Caves are renowned for their natural light show.
Tell us a bit about the glowworms.
It's a very, very old insect. With the food they eat, they actually manufacture chemicals in their body, a bit like a glow stick. And by combining these chemicals, they create light. You can imagine if you turn your light on in the house, all the insects gather around it. So the same principle works with a glowworm. You would have seen in there the fishing lines hang down. Well, that's a method of catching their food, just similar to a spider, that's all. So what you have is a web-spinning grub that lives in the darkness, it lives on other insects.
Above ground, Waitomo's brand new visitor centre is almost as spectacular as the subterranean setting.
You're looking for something that'll fit in with the environment, that looks good, is modern.
So it's the way that it's all intertwined.
And it looks like a henaki, so an eel trap, so it's sort of fitted into the site.
Rightio, we've turned on the Waikato weather for you, Brett, so let's get into our main course. We've got our beautiful organic lamb rump from the farmer's market, seasoned nicely with the Ceres organic sea salt. So let's get that on the go straight away.
Beautiful. Okay, what can I do to help anyway, mate?
Could you just ice half an onion for me?
No worries,
For
mate.
the pea puree. Butter goes in the pot.
So for the pea puree, I see we're using some Wattie's baby peas here. What do you reckon, mate?
Yeah, really, really good. Snap frozen, 4 hours after picking, and Wattie's being an iconic New Zealand brand as well.
Gotta love it, eh?
Fantastic. Fresh mint going for our pea puree. Okie dokie.
A little bit of mint in there for you, mate.
Now I'm going to get the peas straight in there, okay? So chicken stock going into the pea puree as the liquid. Pea puree is only going to take about 5 minutes and then we'll smash it up.
It's smelling awesome, mate. I'm telling you, that lamb is looking delicious.
Oh, you wait, Brett, you wait.
Oh, yes.
A little bit of seasoning in there. Again with the Ceres organic sea salt, touch of pepper. And here we go, Brett. Can you just mash that up for me, please?
No worries, mate.
Okay, we're going to get started on the polenta next.
Okay, mate. Well,
how's the peas looking?
Seasoned beautifully.
Chicken stock in. Can chop the rosemary for me, Brett, please? All right, mate. Fantastic. Okay, the lamb's cooked to medium rare now, so we can take that off. I'm just going to rest it here. Okay, should always rest your meat for half the length of time that you cook it for.
Just redistributes those juices inside.
The juices all stay inside, so it's a nice juicy piece of meat. Next I'm going to add the milk to the polenta. Now we're adding our polenta to the boiling stock and milk.
So what consistency are you after?
Once it's soaked up all the liquid and come to a smooth paste, now it's ready.
And so just a bit of grease-proof, stop that from sticking?
Okay, just spread your polenta out on the tray, like so. Now we're going to get our capsicum roasted straight over the open flame, like so. We're just blackening up the skin, and while it's doing that, it'll take on a nice roasted flavour. And while that capsicum's roasting, I've got a balsamic jus here that I'll heat up. So we've got a beef stock, which has been reduced, and basically been flavoured with rosemary and balsamic. Cool, our polenta is nice and set now, so we're just going to cut a round out for presentation. Okay. Our roast capsicum's now ready, well, blackened capsicum. So I just need you to cover that up, and it'll help that skin come off easily. Little oil in the pan, polenta goes straight in. Are we going to peel this roast capsicum?
For me?
Yes, you.
Rightio, chef. Pretty warm in there.
Now that skin should just sort of flake off, brush off. Yeah, beautiful. That's the ticket. Right, now we can carve the lamb rump and plate up.
Nice one, mate. My favourite part. Oh, beautiful, mate. Spot on.
We're just going to slice it about 3 times, like so. Here we go, Robert.
Oh, mate, look at that, eh?
Really delicious, mate. Hey, Robert, just wanted to say, mate, it was awesome coming through the caves again, so thanks a lot for the opportunity, eh?
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks very much, Robert. And tuck in, we've got some beautiful Waikato raised organic lamb for you.
That looks great.
We picked this up this morning at the Hamilton Farmers Market.
It's good, eh? Yeah. Can't beat it, mate. Homegrown meat.
What do you think, Brett?
You know what, mate? You had some good help, but it's pretty delicious. Well, Toby, if this is the main, I can't wait for dessert.
As our chefs continue their tour of the Waikato, it's hard for them to escape the fact that this is highly productive dairy farming country. Some of that milk goes to the Tatua Dairy Factory in Tatuanui. All the milk used here comes from 111 shareholder farmers within 12 kilometres of the factory. This allows for strict control over the quality of the milk used to make Tatua's innovative products.
It's been a pretty fantastic day, mate. I've loved every minute of it. But I'm ready for something sweet, so what are you making for me for dessert?
Right, today we're cooking dessert in the camper van, and we're going to make a beautiful mascarpone cheesecake.
Oh,
We've
primo.
picked up some fresh raspberries there from the market. We're going to flavour it with fresh raspberries and white chocolate, which we have over here. We'll get the biscuit base on the go, so I'm just going to melt some butter down here.
What kind of biscuits are you going to use for that base?
We've got vanilla wine biscuits that I've just crunched up there.
That's a pretty classic one, eh? I can remember doing that when I was quite young as well. It was delicious.
Beautiful.
The simple bases, I reckon, you know, make a great cheesecake. Why are you using such a full-on combination? Cream, mascarpone?
We're using the Tatua mascarpone cheese here, which is a beautiful local cream cheese, Italian style, which is very soft and creamy.
I've used it before as well, mate, and I tell you what, it's fantastic because it's long life.
So butter's nicely melted there. We can add that straight into our biscuit base. And we can give, if you want to give that a good mix around.
Yeah, no worries, man, I'm into that. So how much butter did you use in that?
Used about 50 grams of butter to 100 grams of vanilla biscuit crumbs. We're just going to melt our white chocolate now. So we'll pop that into a bowl, and just over the stove.
I've ruined this. I've ruined chocolate many times by doing this, and I think I didn't know that if the water was touching the bottom of the bowl, the chocolate just burns really quickly. So, you know, that's one of those tips I think I've just learned along the way, which is...
Yeah, definitely. And slowly is the way. If you try and rush it and have your water boiling away rapidly, you'll probably end up just ruining the chocolate.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
nice and slow, and it'll be a nice smooth chocolate that we can add into our cheesecake, and there'll be no lumps.
Awesome.
While I'm melting that chocolate, Brett, I'll get you to whip up some cream, mate, if you can.
Where's the beaters?
No beaters here, mate. We're in the camper van in the paddock.
What do you mean no beaters? I'll do it by hand.
I've got a great whisk whip.
Okay, mate, how much do you want? The whole lot?
Yeah, there's 150 mils in there.
Okay, no worries. Try not to make too much mess, eh? You happy with the cream?
Perfect.
Thank you. Right.
Nice job, Brett. Wasn't that hard, was it?
Well, I covered myself in cream, but no, it wasn't that hard. I got a bit of a sweat up, but what next, mate?
Got about a tablespoon of gelatine there, and basically add 2 tablespoons of water, and then we put that over the double boiler, and that's just going to melt the gelatine nicely. Okay, so into the bowl with the Tatua mascarpone cheese. We've got about 100 grams in there. I've also got 100 grams of cream cheese going in there. You look like you had a bit of practice, Brett.
Yeah, to be honest with you, over the last 12 months, mate, that's all I've done is practice, you know, and learn from chefs like yourself, so pretty good job, mate.
Okay, you've missed a couple of lumps in there. I'll just finish that off for you.
Nice work. Thanks, chef.
Now that's nice and smooth, okay?
Right,
Definitely don't want any lumps in our cheesecake. About 100 grams of whipped cream. Okay, so just fold that cream into our mascarpone cheese mix. Nice and smooth. You can tell already this is going to be a great cheesecake.
Yeah, it's nice. It's going to stand nicely, isn't it?
Little squeeze of lemon juice.
Tell you what, lemon gives every dish a lift, eh? You know?
Lift up the flavours. There we go, lemon juice going in. Just a squeeze. That's all we need.
Okay.
And also a few drops of vanilla essence, which I have here. Just going in there.
So you can see that those flavours are just getting, you know...
Building the flavours up here, layer by layer. Okay, Brett, now we're going to add the gelatine to our cheesecake mix.
Oh, I see, that's all melted nicely, eh?
Yep.
Oh, you can see the changing consistency as well.
Yeah, so it's just been melted nicely, and then you don't want it too hot when you add it into the cheesecake mix. And next we're going to add the white chocolate. That is
gonna be
looking
so smooth.
absolutely fantastic now. Nice and smooth and creamy. Got the fresh raspberries going in. We just want to gently fold the raspberries in, okay? We don't want to crush them up too much.
I really love the way you're getting a little bit of that bleeding from those raspberries, mate. It looks beautiful.
Now we just got to get it into the mould, okay? Just little spoons going into the mould on top of our biscuit base. I just need to push it down into the mould so there's no gaps along the side. So when we demold the cheesecake, it's going to be a nice cylinder shape.
Okay, so no air bubbles or anything like that.
Here's the one I prepared earlier, Brett.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. I reckon we should get the jug on. I want a cup of tea with this. Well, mate, I've got to say, this is a superb way to end the trip through the Waikato, mate. So thank you so much. I'm going to dig in. I've been waiting for it, so let's go, mate.
Yeah, go for it, Brett. And we've got some beautiful Zeelong tea there that we've matched up the flavours with the dessert, so...
Absolutely delicious, mate. We're going teetotal in this episode, aren't we? It's quite funny. I don't think I've ever matched a cup of tea with a dessert before, but that is an outstanding combination. Mate, thank you so much for a superb action-packed day, mate. I'll tell you, I'll be back to the Waikato for sure. Cheers, buddy.
My pleasure, mate. It was a pleasure to meet you. And anytime you're in the Waikato, just give me a call and we'll do it all again.
Man, I'd love to, eh? It was
Come on,
an
Brett.
awesome trip, mate.
Let's go.